I just watched Living with Yourself, starring my one and only baby girl, Paul Rudd. It was a mind fuck, but low-key, I loved it. Guys, I loved it. Honestly, if you have never heard this, I don't know when it, actually, let me look this up. This came out in 2019. How is this not more popular? Anyway, just, it's on Netflix. Pause this and go watch the trailer. So it's about this guy, Miles. He is not having a great marriage, so to speak. So his co-worker, his buddy, pal, whatever the fuck at work, who recently became like a little bit happier, a little more fresh seeming, and because Miles is down in the dumps, he comes to him at like a bar, I think it was, and he goes, "How you doing, man? How'd you do that? How'd you do that?" And this guy, he says, "Oh, well, I just went to this spa." Okay. And he says, "Oh, it's so exclusive. You can only be recommended by a previous person who went for it. It's really expensive." He sounded like a billionaire. Should we shoot him next? Anyway, Miles, he gets the card from this guy, and he's like fighting himself over it for a little sec. He's like debating whether or not to go, and then he finally pulls up to the place. It's like in a strip mall, so obviously not the best quality. And he sees this guy walk out fully refreshed, and he's like, "I want that. I want that. I want what he's having." So he goes in, and I see two guys, and they're like, just like saying little tidbits to each other in another language. So like you don't really know a lot of what's going on. You're like, you don't know anything. You're in the same situation as Paul Rudd, as Miles. You can't understand what the fuck they're saying, so you're just kind of along for the ride. And then they put a gas mask on him, or whatever it's called. I don't know. The anesthesia mask. They put that on him, and he fucking falls asleep, obviously. Next thing you know, he wakes up in a grave in a forest, and he's like wrapped in saran wrap, and he has to first of all dig through the fucking soil, and then through the saran wrap, and just look around. Where the fuck am I? Can you imagine being in that situation? You go to spa, because your buddy at work says, "Hey man, try out this spa. Really help me through something." And next thing you know, you lay on the table, they put the mask on you, and you wake up in a grave. And the thing is, before the guy fell asleep, there was like a problem with the anesthesia or like the tools, and they're like arguing in Korean. So again, you don't know what the fuck's going on. You don't know what specifically is wrong. Like, you could die right here, right now. That's the last thing he saw. He wakes up in a grave, goes to his house, wearing a diaper because he's fucking naked for some reason. He goes to his house. Let me hold your hand when I say this. Hold this. He finds a clone of himself, who is essentially a better version of him. Just casually talking to his wife. He doesn't know that this is a clone at first, so he like grabs an axe that they just have in their house for some reason, because he thinks his wife is cheating. So he grabs the axe. He just waits for the guy to come downstairs. He tries to attack him, and then there's like this big reveal where they're like fighting, and then there's, because like it's nighttime at that point, and you just see their fucking faces when they realize that whoever they're fighting looks exactly like them. Like, if I woke up in a grave in a forest. And then I go home fucking naked. He walked barefoot for 6 hours to his house. And then he finds out his wife is cheating. And then the guy comes down and he has your face. Huh? It's such a mind fuck and I love it. I love it so much. It fucked me up so bad. And this thing is only 8 episodes. And it's so good. It's so good for no fucking reason. It's... what the fuck was that? Okay, so maybe I won't post this. Moving on. This is just episode 1, by the way. All about it, just described. The rest of the episodes, it's like, him navigating having a clone. Obviously. For a couple episodes, he's like trying to figure out how to like live this secret double life. Does not work out. The clone and him. So think of this in the substance way, because I know that's popular right now. So the Matrix, I think it's called, the Matrix itself, the original Miles, and his clone are fucking beefing. They're beefing so hard. And then the clone's excelling at work. Like, he gives this heartfelt speech at a meeting and somehow turns out into like a whole fucking campaign, which I wish I could do that. So he's excelling at work better than the original Miles did. So instead of immediately getting rid of the clone, he kind of like hires him, but it's like free labor, but like he hires him to do the work and like stay before he leaves, do the work, get the campaign done, and get him another golden pencil award. But they're just at each other's throats the whole time. And at like a work party, the clone self is like telling a story that for some reason just pops up a lot in the show. And the Matrix self shows up at the party and he's like, "What's up, man? You fucking my wife? What's up? What's up?" When I tell you, I laughed so hard. Because he's telling the story, and the Matrix guy, he finishes it. He finishes the last one-liner that's supposed to, like, really hit home. Like, everyone's staring, because, like, oh my god, they look the same. And he's like, "What? Oh, I guess it's just funnier when he says it, right?" That is exactly my kind of fucked up humor. Dude, this might be my show. I might not even post this. I'm not a gatekeeper at all. I actively post the most obscure songs that I can find that I like. And I might not post this, because if this becomes popular and becomes like a brain rot meme, I'll fucking kill myself, because this is exactly me. This show is like my boyfriend saying that Dexter is him. This is me. I might not post this. If this sees the light of day, you're fucking lucky. You're lucky. This is heavy spoilers. I will warn you. So if so far you're interested, don't watch this next segment. They're beefing so hard that he gets a new fucking house. Like, the wife already knows at this point, by the way. Another spoiler alert. Like, he goes with her on a little work retreat, and they kind of do a weird cheating. Like, I saw it coming the whole time, but like, you made my wish come true. Wish? No, not my wish. Like, my prediction come true. It made me feel smart. Shut up. The clone self, he gets his own place. He plans to like get rid of his original self, because like he shows the guy who originally recommended him the spa that he himself is a clone by making him dig through the many graves in the forest until they find his original body, by the way. I don't know what that could be a metaphor for. I don't know what that could be a metaphor for, but like, wait, because that is so... Anyway, makes him dig through his grave, shows him, he goes back, plans to get rid of the original self, and like impersonate him for like the rest of his life, I guess. But before he can do that, the wife comes home And before he can like come downstairs and before he can like slick his hair back and like fully get into the original self mindset, because he's supposed to be better, a better version of him, so he has to like dumb himself down to like a worse version of himself, which that'd be kind of hard to do, obviously. So it takes him a little bit longer than it should have. And the original guy comes home and he's like, baby, I'm so sorry. All I know is I want to have a future with you. And the clone is like, fuck, that's exactly what I was gonna say. So he leaves unnoticed. He goes back to his place, and with the gun that he bought to try and get rid of the original self, there's like a 3-5 minute segment of him just staring in the mirror with like do you know those like old mirrors that like specifically only our Gen Z's parents have, where it's like this mirror and then there's like two over here that can fold open and then you see like 3 versions of yourself? I think that is the best thing I've seen in like the mundane of cinematography, because like he's a clone and you're seeing like a reflection of him and then 2 more. Don't touch me, don't talk to me, don't talk to me. Anyway, and he's like he's holding the gun to his head, he's holding it in his mouth, and he's like crying. He's like, that's probably one of the only reasons I'd want this show to get popular, is because people would fuck so hard with that scene. They would love it. Although I feel like Sigma males would probably use it to like post about how women don't talk to them. But yeah. And then the original guy finds out that the clone slept with his wife, and he's like pissed. He's so fucking pissed. Understandably. When he grabbed that axe that he used to almost kill him the first time, foreshadowing much, he goes over to his place because he's the one who like helped him settle in. He shows up, and the clone guy, he just opens one of the doors, reveals himself. He's like, take me. Because by that point, the original self has the gun that he originally bought, and he's just like across the hall. It's such a good shot, you need to look it up. And the fucking clone is like, and it's it made me cry. It was that good. But like the guy can't do it. Like he can't shoot his clone. Also understandable. And there's this funny little bit where the clone goes, God, can't you do anything right? Baby laughs. So the original self lunges at him, and they're fist fighting, they're brawling like siblings. I have brawled with my sister exactly the way that they brawled. They brought out a pillow, they tried to suffocate each other. That exactly has happened like 5 times in my entire life. That is the most sibling fight I have ever seen in my life. In media, give them an Oscar. Or no. The fight director would give them an award. And they're fighting, and the Matrix self like accidentally kills the clone, and he's just like lying on the fucking ground, eyes closed, not breathing, and he's like, fuck, what have I done? Shit. So he does CPR and mouth to mouth. Bit of a weird sequence, but like I said, this is my kind of weird. I don't fuck with it completely. Don't think me a weirdo. Don't cancel me yet. But like, it's, I think it's like symbolic of like saving yourself or something. I'd have to be high to give you like an emotional interpretation of this. Right now, I'm just the cinematography. But yeah, please go watch. I was just yapping about how much I love this and I forgot the fucking title. It's Living With Yourself. It's on Netflix. It's 8 episodes from 2019. TV mature, and the only warning is language, so you can show it to your kids if you're not I lied, there's a couple sex scenes that I just remembered. There's nothing though. There's no nudity. There's no boobies. There's no boobies, but there is sex scenes. I had to turn down the volume a little bit sometimes. So yeah. Go watch it. Go watch it.